Hello, welcome back to my crazy world. And today we're going to part 2 of our Ijsselmeer trip. Today it's Amsterdam. Before I start with the whole city tour, I want to tell you, well, we looked for parking in the city and oh boy, it was expensive. So 1 hour started with like $6 per hour. And he looked it up and he found a spot a little bit outside of the town or of the city, and it was 140 for 3 hours, and or the highest amount was 40, I think 14 for the whole day, but I'm not sure, could be less than that. So I think we paid $5 for being there 6 hours, 7-8 hours. It was long. It was, for me it was too long, but okay. No, well, we had to walk for half an hour into this place, but there was no need to walk because we were at the park and ride thing. But we walked because anyway, we had the dog and he needed to move, so we didn't care. Yeah, on that day we had like 22,000 steps, but that's fine. The cats are just destroying this room. So yeah, it's finished, it's cozy, it's nice, and the cats are destroying it. The kitten. 13 weeks. They are still a piece of work. Okay, and I'm wondering that the dog is not around, because with these animals it's like have one and get the other two free. Like I have all the three around me the whole day, and it's exhausting sometimes. To be careful. Okay, so back to Amsterdam. We went there and we made our trip, and the first very interesting thing was there were these ferries, and we were freaking out because there was nothing about pricing. There was nothing like where are we getting some tickets or anything. So but they were switching the whole time, so every 6 minutes another ferry left the place and took over, but we were like, where are we going to pay? How much is it? And it's like, oh, it's for free. You're good. Just come on, and you're good. Oh, great. So this was a huge plus. I mean, we didn't have any other chance to get onto the other side because there's one big river, or there's a big waterway in the middle. So I'm really careful with these videos, because with the Breskens trip, I got so much like stupid German thing, like okay, I will be nicer, I will be better. Hi. So yeah, it was very nice. So we had the ferry, and oh yeah, I have to tell you, like if you want to be in a hotel or something, hotel was super nice to me. I didn't figure out it was a hotel. I just should have gone a little bit further away and would have seen the big we went there, and on the big window they had the menu, and it was prices that were absolutely okay, and I thought like, oh yeah, we could eat there probably later on, but it was like the breakfast room or something. So yeah, it was not for the typical guy dining there. So too bad, but I could use their restroom, so big thanks to them. So we went through Amsterdam with our dog. Yeah, you might think we are crazy, but so is the dog. And he already destroyed a door because we left him alone. We're not doing this in a rented place. No. This one rented place we had was a lesson, and we are taking him with us. So he was super exhausted at the evening, and he slept pretty good. But for this, the people in the city were super nice. It was a very interesting, we had some very interesting moments, because there was just one woman who was actually afraid of a dog and was just stepping away and like screaming. So like super drama queen. But the others, I saw very often, I mean, I'm looking into the people's eyes, and it was very often that the people looked at us, they looked down, and when they, as soon as they saw the dog, they smiled, and it was so nice. Yeah, and we also got to a food truck, so had some street food, and this guy was so awesome. He actually gave our dog some treats, and when we asked him if he could give him also some water, he actually had a dog bowl and filled it up, and it was so awesome. So this was really great, and I really appreciate how nice the people were to our dog. So it wasn't a big issue anywhere. So even a woman of a sex shop that was standing outside just started talking with our dog. Well, and Buddy was all husky at that moment, and he was talking back. So the two of them had a really nice conversation for like 5 minutes or so. And then the woman told us that her dog just passed away, and that she's so happy to actually interact with another dog. So, okay, just go to the city and I will show you where everything was, and we're good.
So first of all, the proof. So it says €6 per hour, and we went there, and you see something in the background. Do you see them? Do you recognize it? Another hint. It's the cruise ship you are seeing now on the right side. So yeah, we were very close to the water, and so this is the first view from North Amsterdam to South Amsterdam, so the central actually. So there are these cute little ferries I talked about, so these blue white things. So yeah, it's pretty cute. And I thought it was funny because there was a pond right next to the water, so yeah. And I haven't seen such a thing like ever. And yeah, there we are actually on the ferry and coming from the north to South Amsterdam. And yeah, there is this cruise ship, and it's just huge. And the other ferry, so the one that goes into the other direction. So yeah, as I mentioned before, every 6 minutes one was leaving. So they had the very tight schedule. First thing, and the first boats, and yeah, and there was this Chinese restaurant. So, there's a Chinese restaurant and some boat tours, and yeah, and there is this science museum called Nemo. We saw it when we actually came there, because there's a tunnel underneath it, and we wanted to turn, I think, left there, and then I saw that on the bridge there was the red traffic light, and I saw like, oh, this could be interesting. And now you can actually see how the street is going up. So for me it was very interesting to see all this different kind of movable bridges. They just could lift in any kind of way. And I was very, very happy to see actually this one in action. So like, this is so up, and there were some leaves, some fallen leaves, and you just can see like this part of the street is like super, super clean. There's nothing, and now it's like, okay, what's going through there? And then there was this houseboat coming in. I'm just shutting up right now, so you can just watch this thing moving. Oh, and did you see that nice ship in the background? But I don't remember if that was a special one. I think it was. I think it was also a museum inside. So I just liked it. I mean, I'm a good girl. I was a good girl back then. This is so weird. When people are moving, they are taking the boat. So, and there's just, well, I don't know if the bridge really would have gone up, but it would, yeah, well, it would be like a very tiny thing, like. And you see there's a machine in front, or a boat in front and in the back. So one pulling and one pushing. So now I just waited till the process was done. There, it's already going back down. I mean, this was a thing about like 3 minutes. And for this street to go up, to be lifted, and then the boat to go through it, and then everything getting back down. It's 3 minutes, and it's like nothing ever has happened. So yeah, I saw some of these in North Germany, and I think it's very interesting. So, well, and it's very interesting that you don't really see that this street even can lift. Like, you can see how this gap is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and now it just disappeared. So the step. Okay, and there's this ship again, once again, and yeah, the Nemo Science Museum. I think it was about ships, and I saw it from where this blue van actually disappears. We went there to go to North Amsterdam, and it just looks like like the Titanic in her last seconds. The first picture of the harbor things. Oh no, actually that was about it was about another bridge. So yeah, we had wonderful weather down there. So and I was like, I thought it's interesting to watch all these houseboats, and there are so many different. And watching these old houses is very, very interesting. So they are really, really old. So, and then you had these big streets, and then suddenly you came into these cute little alleys, and it was a complete and total different it's like a fantasy world. And and then you had these cute little alleys where you had windows and red curtains, and if these curtains were gone, there were some girls dancing almost naked. So I didn't put any footage of this in here. So, and urinating in public is forbidden, and drinking in public. I mean, those signs always have a history, and I was thinking like, oh boy, what could this actually be? And when you came down of this bridge, you had the Oude Kerk, so the old church. So I'm trying to get the whole way on my phone with Google Maps. I hope it tracked it all right because it made some zigzag. So yeah, on the river you had like more houseboats. There are so many water, and yeah, I thought that this was very, very interesting in front of the church. So yeah, it was always the old church. That it was the front of this old church, so it was huge. And it's kind of weird to have like these dancing girls next to the big church. Amazing how big it is. And I mean, I'm coming from Cologne. So, I mean, this is another way of building it. So, yeah, I think this, this is their palace and the new church, if I'm guessing right. Yeah, I mean, there's like this big street just, and then you have like this cute little alley once again. We're just going, and I mean, it already was raining a little bit less, and look at all this all this art. Yeah. They said it would be raining, and so we decided to make a city tour because then we could hide away a little bit. And yeah, this is what we had to deal with. And this is actually raining a little bit less. And, I mean, this raining was probably very, very good because I can stand to crowded places. Yeah, so typically Dutch with these shoes, and I think this was already, was it the new church? Yeah, I think it's the new church. The new church once again, and the Magna Plaza. Pretty interesting place. Looked awesome from the outside, so I didn't go in there. So. Yeah. Plaza. Church. No, sorry. The palace. So this is the palace, and so yeah, palace from another. Yeah, so now I'm pretty sure this is this. I just filmed any kind of buildings I really liked without even knowing what I was filming. So, but I liked all these little boats, and yeah, there was a style of houses and these buildings, and look at these street entrance. Houseboats, and well, I think it's interesting because I was also looking into houseboating probably for some time. So this is in front of the Anne Frank house. Yeah. So this is the only museum I saw like 10-20 years ago. I was with the school. So this is something, yeah, it's purple. And yeah. So guys, but we need to talk about a few things. Like, what is this? Why? And these side things. I mean, I slipped and almost fell a couple of times, and this is not looking nice. I mean, this is things I didn't like about Amsterdam and the trash. Guys, why? Just why? Okay, main station. We had the full view on the north thing. You see this? I had to make a photo. Giulia's Cucina Italiana. And we are going back to the ferry. Yeah, it's very weird. Sometimes I just can't get along because I have to say so much to these things, and then there's something like this, which is just self-describing, and I don't have to say anything to this. And I was pleased how much how chill Buddy was. So yeah, we really had to leave like after it was like 2 hours, and I just wanted to go because when places are crowded, and I mean for my view this was already crowded even though it wasn't crowded for Amsterdam, but yeah, my anxiety just hits, and I'm getting pretty aggressive, and Andy had to take it all, so sorry honey. Just one last look, just enjoying the ride. So it's like it's a cute little ride, but it was so empty. I think it just felt completely. So there's the main station. This roofed way, and there's the other ferry on its way back. And then you can see already the door which is driving to. So when we went to this, we went on the other ferry on the other side, and we started from the dock just filming right now. Actually pretty amazing, these two ferries, because it's like a dancing. So they have their own line, but together they are building something that's a little bit like a dance. Like, yeah. Like two people, they know their role, even though they have to do it a little bit different at different times. And this is amazing. So I just kept 2 feet healing, and it's going down like super fast. So, and also in North Amsterdam there are some nice buildings. And what I thought was very crazy is like you take the ferry and then it's like, where are the people? Hey, anybody out here? Hey, hello.
Thanks for staying till the end with our Amsterdam trip. So, if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more of this Ijsselmeer trip videos, please subscribe. You can check out part 1, which was about Medemblik and our home we stayed. And the next ones will be a day of Texel, and now there's this town I'm really having. I don't want to make an accident. ENKHUUIZEN and orc. Okay, so with this, see you. Bye bye.